Okay, Scorpio, this is going to be your January 2022 money reading. Pardon the golf ball size bruise that I have on my bottom left cheek or chin. I did have an electrical scooter accident last Tuesday, so the swelling is still going down. If you find it hard to look at, just look the other way. But I would appreciate you still listening in the very least. Okay, Spirit of Gratitude, your love and light, highest possible messages at this time for Scorpio. Just looking at the planetary alignments, we are focusing on money. We are focusing on money, resources, finances, career, business, anything finance and resource related. Of course, you're going to want to cross-watch and watch the other signs because the other signs are you as well, believe it or not. The other signs rule the ruling houses of the astrological natal charts 1 through 12. And so, for instance, Taurus is responsible for money, work, income, daily routines, values, material possessions, priorities, habits, your job, and work ethic. So that those words, those key phrases and words are the lens by which you're looking at the center of the astrological natal chart topic or subject. This, of course, being money and resources. So it behooves you to watch all the other signs that I post. Feel free to apply that for love as well as money. All the love and money readings are being worked on and posted. Check out the Patreon for the exclusive Part 2 readings for love. All the January love readings are up and running. All the Part 1s are free access available on YouTube. And then the Part 2 readings for love, January 2022, are behind the Patreon paywall. Link below to subscribe and gain access to them. What else can I say? Just looking at the planetary alignments here. We got the Sun and Mercury in Capricorn. Mercury moves into Aquarius on January 1st. Strengthening our technological communications. Let's see, what else? Jupiter in Pisces has been a big one that I've been touting lately. Okay, Venus in Capricorn until March. When does Venus go direct? That's a good question. January 29th, okay. So she's in Capricorn until March, but she is in retrograde until January 29th. Very cool. So that's when you should start seeing things pick up. What can I say? So yes, it behooves you to watch all the other signs, cross-watch, all that good stuff. I'm just checking out my chin. Man, oh man, it is like swollen. Sorry guys. Can't really do anything about that. Okay, Scorpio. It's just swelling. It's really like a bruise, essentially. Spirit of Gratitude, your love and light, highest possible messages for Scorpio, January 2022 money. We got the Queen of Pentacles in the upright here. This represents Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. This is about stability of finances and resources. I'm going to use a secondary deck as well. This is a strong cornerstone to build off of, non-gender specific. So it's a very good kind of starting energy for your January 2022. This is like a solid foundational energy here. It's a warm, caring, giving, nurturing energy, Scorpio. Okay. It's the ability to hold something kind of near and dear to your heart, something meaningful. Okay. There's lack of communication here in some way, shape, or form. Keep in mind that if you are cross-watching, you could look at this through the lens of, as I was saying before, the various houses, depending on what the correlating ruling sign is. But for Scorpio, this is the 8th house, merging, sex, intimacy, shared finances, inheritances, taxes, loans, assets, properties, joint ventures, goals, mysteries, partners, resources. So if you're cross-watching, you could still apply this observation of this money message video through the lens of Scorpio. So let's see what we're speaking to. King of Cups is here. This is Libra Scorpio energy. Someone is looking the other way. Emotionally. Looking the other way to this lack of communication. It's almost as if they could afford to look the other way. They're focused on their own happiness. It could be you just focused on your own happiness, really not being bugged or bothered by lack of communication. Spirit, highest possible messages for Scorpio. What's all this energy? Okay, coming out of conflict. Which is good. I think the conflict is coming from like we mentioned that I'm feeling as though the conflict is coming from different styles, interpersonal and interrelated styles that are clashing, like this kind of old school versus new school way of doing things. Someone is more interested in the kind of economics and the groundedness of how something is working as opposed to the just kind of happy facade, the bells and whistles, okay, especially coming out of the holiday season. Somebody is much more concerned. It could be you, Scorpio, much more concerned about the kind of ability to generate and create wealth. Obviously, you're watching this reading for that reason. But I think you're not being distracted. The Magician in the reverse is the inability to manifest something. It could be because of distraction. So this is really like a hunkering down. What's this Page of Cups energy here? Okay, Page of Cups is excited about new relationships. Could be new business partnerships. Something to remain enthusiastic about. Okay, being able to let go of chump change is what I'm getting. The Four of Pentacles in reverse for the World card in the upright. World card in the upright is graduating to the next phase. It's almost like you figured out how to do something. It could be generate, whatever your quota is a day. You figured out how to do so without all the bells and whistles and tacked on fees and all that stuff. Okay, Four of Wands in the upright is a marriage, is a union. It could just be you merging more so with your own defined way of doing things. Okay, no longer working for someone else, no longer needing to compromise. Seeing past the illusions here with the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay. Coming out of a decision. It's going to cease your worrying, the worrying mind. the ability to venture out here. Okay. Yeah, more Nine of Swords energy. These are Nine of Swords in both two different decks. Okay, the Rider-Waite and the Tati Tarot by Lana Zellner. Those are both Nine of Swords in the reverse. So you're definitely coming out of this worrying phase. You're sick of worrying. You're sick of being sick. You're sick of being worried. You're getting out of your head, and you're gonna put in your 2-week notice, or you are just being present. You're no longer looking outside of yourself. You're looking within with the Hermit card in the upright. You're no longer being a consumer, you're being a producer. Now this producer lifestyle is going to lead to a lot of unknowns, but you always have that kind of inner source to draw from, which is going to give you the kind of RAM or the memory or the database for your mind to show you the next step, which comes through via intuitive nudge or something of this sort. King of Wands in the reverse. Kindness, generosity, warmth, wealth. Okay, a wealth of generosity. There's a lot of people that are sad and hurt in the world, and they're not able to, with the Three of Swords in their heart, kind of, those represent the reasons for being sad or mean or cruel or kind of just dead inside or whatever. But I find that you're removing those swords with the 2 Nine of Sword energies coming out in the reverse. You're saying, I'm not going to worry then. I'm not going to stare at a blank wall. I'd rather focus on where I can make progress in a new direction. So it could be leaving a job. It could just be staying present and just focus on your bag and not lamenting something not coming through, which is what I mean by, you're not staring at like a stop sign, expecting it to change green. That would be the old way of handling this with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. You are empowered enough to make those changes, which is going to lead to your financial success. You're merging your kind of spiritual path with your standard, which is all built in and inherited. Okay? And you're turning cold to those that aren't honoring that or seeing that within you. Okay? Who aren't honoring your efforts and seeing what you're really about. Because it could be that they are married to the bells and the whistles, and you want something way more kind of tried and true and much kind of deeper and significant. It's your own personal values. And again, these are called money readings, but really what we're talking about is what you value. Okay, and if it's communication, if it's emotional communication, if it's emotional validation, if it's the ability of someone to say, look, I fucked up, I'm sorry, then that too. And if you can't get that from someone else, walk away. The 8 of Cups in the upright. Because you are building this kind of financial institution for yourself. And it's worth fighting for. That's what the Empress is in reverse, is giving birth to that. She represents love, money, relationships, but money-wise, it's like a golden egg. Okay, and you're willing to fight for that because you understand that value and worth. It's not just money and cents. It's the story behind it. It's the methodology behind it. It's the virtues and values that you stand for and the ethics that you stand for. It's not just sweeping things under the rug and bells and whistles and showing people, how much I could output. Okay, it's not just sugar. Okay, it's something earned. And people aren't nearly nowadays able to kind of go to those depths, which Scorpio is about, going to those depths. But we're talking about the depths of sacrifice, okay, and not just settling for bells and whistles and all these, nice airy fairy, ways of just kind of numbing yourself through life. So that's what I have for you for part 2 for money, January 2022. That's the vibe. Scorpio, subscribe link below to get early access to the part 2 reading. Just stretching my shoulders out. For the money, January 2022 readings, link below, Patreon link below to gain access to that. And I'll see you on the Patreon. And or if you're watching this on the YouTube, I behoove you to subscribe to the Patreon. You're voting with your dollar. You're raising the vibe of the tribe. You get early access to the part 2 love and money readings and whatever else exclusive content I post there. You're really helping the world. You're really helping me put out great energy and great content of love and light that's spiritually aligned. If you are watching this on the YouTube for free, it means that you're watching this at the end of January, in which case you weren't necessarily able to utilize these messages at the beginning. At least that's for part 2. Part 1 is free access, so you get to utilize that. But part 2 will have exclusive messages and energies that can only be utilized at the beginning of January. So it's worth subscribing. Patreon link below. Love you guys. I'll see you there in a jiff. Peace.